gonna play the Nikki Haley announcement, and I hear there's a lot of criticism about it, and we're gonna discuss what that criticism is. But
Oh, I got a story. I'm gonna introduce at the end of this as well because I never
absolutely,
got a chance to do the Trump versus the neocon story. I think it fits pretty well with it because I want you guys to understand that's why Nikki Haley and Mike Pompeo is running. They need a
I can't
Republican
believe Mike
answer.
Pompeo is running. I can't
And
believe
CJ, I
Mike
don't know if you know
Pompeo is
this, but they
running.
need a Republican answer to Trump's rhetoric on Ukraine. Whether you guys believe it or not, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't have anything to really back this up. But something tells me I don't really believe Trump on this, and I will be 100% real. I don't have any evidence for that, but to me, I see him. He folded to Mike Pompeo, John Bolton. I believe he's saying this to attack Biden. I believe if Trump is there, he's gonna fold under pressure. That is the gut. That is the gut feeling I have. So, but his position is that he's critiquing the Ukraine war funding. So they need Nikki Haley. They need Mike Pompeo. They're gonna have Ron DeSantis as well to give a neocon oppositional take toward Trump. And you're gonna see here. I think I saw this part of Nikki Haley where she kind of gestured towards it. And I'll explain afterwards. And after we go through the video. But go ahead, CJ.
Absolutely. Here is a video, Nikki Haley. This is from her own Twitter page.
The railroad tracks divided the town by race. I was the proud daughter of Indian immigrants. Not black, not white. I was different. But my mom would always say, your job is not to focus on the differences, but the similarities. And my parents reminded me and my siblings every day how blessed we were to live in America. Some look at our past as evidence that America's founding principles are bad.
Let's just say, what are America's founding principles, Nick? Is it not stealing indigenous land? Is it not enslavement of African people? So, I mean, I would say if people have that critique of the United States, I would say it's founded.
That's why they got that's why they're attacking critical race theory and they got to ban books, which is not a culture war, by the way. Like when you ban books, that's textbook fascism. So people like Nikki Haley, they promote Western exceptionalism, and they hate people who push quote unquote critical race theory because they exposes the crimes of the U.S. empire that they are trying to pretend is the greatest thing ever. Oh my God, you're promoting wokeness to our kids by telling them how your ancestors genocided indigenous people, by telling them what they did under the black codes, the people they lynched, that apparently critical race theory. It's not about actually being intellectually consistent. It's all about propagandizing the youth the same way that I will acknowledge that liberals do, like Tim Pool do. They propagandize the youth the same way the Republicans want to propagandize the youth into thinking that America is this awesome state that it's not. But go ahead, CJ.
Yeah, so let's listen some more. But every time she gets to that point, it just irritates me that it feels like there needs to be a counter. So let's listen.
America. Some look at our past as evidence that America's founding principles are bad. They say the promise of freedom is just made up. Some think our ideas.
So she starts off acting like, hey, this is just about who you are. It was separated. I was an immigrant. And it's nothing about culture war. And then she goes right into culture war. 1692 is a culture war issue. I mean, 1619 is a culture war issue. Then you have AOC. How is that not a culture? I don't understand. Like, I don't get this politics of Nikki Haley. But it feels like any person of color who decides that I'm going to run as a Republican, they always have to have a little selloutness to them, and it feels like it's sellout-esque to me.
I want you guys to know Nikki Haley is dangerous, man. Like she's a textbook Dick Cheney style neocon, and I'm gonna let it play because I think the clip I saw is in this trailer where she's already subtly dropping jabs, criticizing Trump from the right. When she's talking about how she stand up to bullies, so that's a criticism claiming that Trump is weak on Putin. This is the kind of Republican that she's want to be, that she's going to be. Well, go ahead, CJ.
Would you think this is a good way of describing her? Nikki is a far right HRC. I mean, I know HRC is even far right. That's Hillary Rodham Clinton. I know she's far right, but would you say she's the right version, meaning the right as far as the Republican version of Hillary Clinton?
I would say Kamala Harris.
Okay, that's a
Kamala
better
Harris.
camera. That's a better.
I'm trying to think something that you can also maybe say, because maybe Susan Rice, because she was part of Trump's UN team. So the reason why I say Susan Rice, because she came from a Republican cabinet and then later became an aspirant political runner. So Nikki Haley came from the Trump cabinet. Wasn't she like governor? I don't know Nikki Haley like that, but the point
she
is,
was
I think
governor of South Carolina.
I would say Kamala Harris or Susan Rice. Those are the two people I see her as, like the new version of that. Remember, Susan Rice was like the person of color, Republican person, and now Nikki Haley is apparently like the.
But as far as her foreign policy, because you said she is dangerous.
Yeah,
is she as dangerous as a Hillary Clinton, or you would say not?
Yeah, they got same politics. Nikki Haley is one of those people that pretend that Joe Biden is weak on China, for example. One of those people.
Oh, she speaks about that, I think, in this video. So let's let it play. Yeah. Let's get through this one.
They're not just wrong, but racist and evil. Nothing could be further from the truth. I have seen evil. In China, they commit genocide.
This is the clip part you saw. She says, "I've seen evil," and then goes into China.
Yep. Wow.
That is amazing. So that's amazing. I've seen evil, and then the next word
immediately show Chinese people. Jesus Christ.
In China, they commit genocide. In Iran, they murder their own people for challenging the government. Tells you about watching soldiers.
I was just about to say, everything she says so far, the United States has done.
Literally everything she says, the United States has done. And by the way, I would say that the Uyghur genocide is bullshit. Even AP News admitted it. There is no evidence of it. No physical evidence ever been produced for it. In fact, the quality of life has gone up for the Uyghur population. What kind of genocide is that?
You're going to get somebody to comment on it.
Did the quality of life for Yemenis people go up during their genocide? How do your populace become more educated? Your life expectancy go up, but there's a genocide. Nigga, there's literally more arguments for a genocide of African American people in the United States than there are for a Uyghur genocide. Do you guys understand?
I remember when you said something like that, when that debate, on the policing debate, they looked at each other.
They could not believe it.
Wow. Yeah, they couldn't believe you said that at all. I was like, wow.
Then I was like, oh yeah, I lost his audience. I lost his entire audience when he said that. Everyone was like, niggas in China, your punches. I was like, oh yeah, that's this guy's audience. It is what it is.
Throw her baby into a fire. It puts things in perspective. Even on our worst day, we are blessed to live in America. I was born and raised in South Carolina, so I have seen the very best of our country. People here threw out the old, tired political establishment and demanded accountability for their tax dollars. Industry reports called us the beast of the Southeast, which I loved. People came by the thousands for fresh starts. Moms and dads held their heads up high. Children learned that it was always a great day in South Carolina. It's a great day. It's a great day. A great day. A great day in South Carolina. We were strong. We were proud. And when evil did come,
police in South Carolina are looking for a gunman following a shooting at a church.
Several victims. We don't know the severity.
We turned away from fear toward God and the values that still make our country the free.
So, black people have something happen to them. We have to go to church. Don't bring your fucking ass to the don't come up here to no politician. That's the signaling here to me that I get out of this part here. Like, and using black pain. I'm going to rewind it so we can hear all of this part here.
The severity.
We turned away from fear toward God and the values that still make our country the freest and greatest in the world. We must turn in that direction again. Republicans have lost the popular vote in 7 out of the last 8 presidential elections. That has to change. Joe Biden's record is abysmal, but that shouldn't come as a surprise. The Washington establishment has failed us over and over and over again. It's time for a new generation of leadership
With old
to
ideas.
rediscover fiscal responsibility, secure our border, and strengthen our country, our pride, and our purpose.
So my
Some
question,
people look at America.
I think we can end it there. Yeah, she
my
goes
question
on to
is-
do some more, but
my
that's the
question-
Nikki Haley thing. Go ahead.
my general question to her or any Republicans, you guys say Biden is steering this country off a cliff, which I don't disagree with. But where do you guys disagree with on policy? This is why they keep like Biden's funding the police more. He's funding ICE and DHS more. He's funding Israel more. Nikki Haley is not even among the people on the right that's critical of his Ukraine policy. So you agree with him on Ukraine. You agree with him on funding Taiwan, weapons to Taiwan. Where are the giant disagreements? You guys don't believe in single payer health care? These differences are completely manufactured.
This is the reason why culture war is so important to the ruling class, because there is no difference anywhere else. So they have to create a difference, and they create a difference by saying trans this, LGBTQ this, defund the police that, black BLM, wokeism, all of these other things that creates a division that and makes that important, and then they prioritize that as more important than economics.